out where I've been.
Never underestimate the amount of beer you need. Hi all. Well, this week finds us still enjoying life in the Danish islands. At anchor at Ærøskøbing on the island of Ærø, which is truly beautiful. Enjoying life there, and the sights and sounds and smells. Okay.
What have we here?
Well, it's our first boat barbecue. And you're coming at me with a very sharp knife and a camera in your hand, which is worrying. Put that down there out of the way and try and get these sausages on there without dropping them. Can you smell it? It's certainly very interesting. Yeah, hiss when we've got one, which is always a good sign, I find. Good. So that's a bit of salmon, some sausages so far, and we've got some sweet corn and some zucchini, haven't we?
Yeah.
Alrighty. For me to eat. Yeah. It's a good start, isn't it? Got a few more bits on there. Some more sausages to come. I'm happy. Stop going with my food. Really nice. Well, it's Kerry's birthday tomorrow, so we're planning a trip back home. Hopefully a bit of a surprise. He sort of knows we're coming, but he's not sure, put it that way. So we're going to leave the boat here in the marina in Ærøskøbing. First time she's been in the marina since we left, and we're getting the ferry in a bit and then the train back down home to see him for his birthday. Elizabeth's busy making some sandwiches for the trip. Looking very nice. Oh, you can see your face there, I don't think, right now. There we go. And I'm gonna leave her here. All done, sandwiches made, boat's packed, tidy, bins are emptied. Turn the seacocks off, huh? Oh, cheers. Down the sink. Sinking heads. I really like those true design seacocks. They're easy to operate, and you know, it's just a turn handle, isn't it? But they really feel like good quality seacocks. The hardest one's the one in the engine room. Take the stairs out and get in there. Nice and clean in there. Good. There's that one. Nothing else. The batteries will go off before we leave. All looks nice and tidy in the engine room. That's good. The way we like it. Job done. Time to go, eh? Let's go. Well, Elizabeth stayed there for a week or so, and I came back and spent a week in the marina in Ærøskøbing. I did a lot of editing of videos, which, as you might imagine, takes a fair bit of time. One thing you can do, of course, to support the channel is to hit the old subscribe button. As I said last week, try and help us out with that dreaded YouTube algorithm. But yeah, did a lot of editing, did some sorting out, some tidying up, and a couple of little boat projects, and generally enjoyed the place. Late afternoon, early evening, I'd go out for a wander with my saxophone, find somewhere remote to sit down and blow a bit of saxophone without disturbing the neighbours. That, of course, is one of the issues of being in the marina, that you've got neighbours either side of you nearby. But yeah, lovely. And then Elizabeth came back about a week later.
Walking in the wrong direction, don't know to where I've been. Encouraged by my inhibitions, blinded by what I've seen. I'm heading back to where I'm going, back to who knows where and when. Through the monsters of my own worst daydreams, on my way to there and then. Still I keep on moving.
Had a good find at the shop. Got a bit of Gudbrandsdalen. One of my favourite cheeses. And certainly Kerry's favourite cheese. Yum yum. Plus a bit of red Leicester, which is actually delicious. It's the second block I've had. It's really, really good. Yeah, not bad for a bit of cheese here. So doing a few little jobs around about, and one thing I want to do is to get a net up in this area, a net up there for fruit and veg, whatever. So I found a bit of wood. I literally found a bit of wood, and just getting the saw out, going to go and cut some battens out of it. Yeah, and here it is. So I'll show you the net. So this is a bit of fishing net I bought in Canada a long time ago, 28 years ago, I suppose. I've still got some of it unused. The wood battening that you saw me cutting screws it under the rail there. Just some line around the three sides attached to eyelets there, or loops. And obviously it's not the world's biggest fruit net, but works very well. Keeps a bit of air to the fruit, makes them keep a bit longer. And we've been sailing with it, with fruit in it, and they haven't fallen out, so very good. Happy with that. Also added this delightful shelf here in the galley area. It's above the stove. If I pan down there, look, you see the stove. And I just bought that box. And my dad was at least a fanatical gardener, and he always had those sort of boxes for keeping his plants and whatever in, and so it sort of reminded me of him when I saw them on sale in the local Netto. So I bought one, and it fitted nicely there as a little shelf for the salt and powdered stuff in there that you want to keep dry. It all looks nice. The galley needs to do washing up, but other than that, it's very functional.
Still I keep on moving, on the path of no return. Keep on winning as I'm losing.
There's not a breath of wind.
My bridges burn,
Isn't that absolutely lovely?
burn. My bridges burn. My bridges burn. My bridges burn. Watching.
Alright, what's happening, EB?
I want to say we're sailing.
Yeah, you always do.
We're sailing.
Go on.
We've just left the marina and we are heading around this little inlet over here.
More of an outlet than an inlet, but yeah. Headland, yeah.
Headland. There's a beach on the other side and it's beautiful weather, so it'd be really nice to just anchor by the beach and jump in.
Yeah, I fancy doing some snorkeling. So we're not sailing very quickly, it's a light breeze, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's no rush.
We were wondering if we could sail at all, and we definitely can.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
certainly,
nice.
certainly. Yeah, you see the flag fluttering. Lovely.
Yeah.
At the moment we're just on foresail. Just on foresail. We're doing what, 2.5 knots or something, aren't we?
Yeah.
And when we turn dead downwind, we'd probably go faster, I expect. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at the colours. Look at those colours. Glorious. Helped by the sunglasses, no doubt.
It always is.
Yeah. So we're sailing in a light breeze over the starboard quarter. Now it would of course be lovely to show you her in a strong wind, but we can only show you what we've got, and what we've got today is a light breeze that's not enough to fly a flag. Several boats out with spinnakers up, ghosting or, you know, downwinding, and there's us. Hopefully that wasn't too fast of a spin. Full main, full foresail, and well, at the moment 1.8 knots, but we have had 2.2. We'll go in there a bit closer, and then if I show you the plotter, what we're trying to do is just get around this and round into here to anchor in this bay here. Stop panning. I had a question from Chris about the mast boots, and what I've done at the moment is temporary, and this is this self-amalgamating mast boot tape. It's sold as mast boot tape, and it is very good indeed, but in the winter I'll be taking it off. I'll be putting some more mast wedges in, because they're not completely wedged. They're solid obviously, but be some more. And then I will put a piece of canvas, I'll put some more of this on, and a piece of canvas clipped around the mast there and clipped around the partner's fitting, painted canvas, and then just sew the seam shut, which is a standard way. I did it on my previous boat, works well. So that's what we've got there. If I wander up further forwards, here's the anchor box, which is working splendidly with the chain and the winch handle in there. All very good. Big old bronze cleat there, and there's the Muir windlass, which is working very, very well. Delta 16 kilo anchor at the moment, might change to a Rockner. Here in Denmark, this Delta is brilliant. It tends to be a muddy, sandy bottom, and it holds marvellously. Not much else to show you really. That's it, isn't it? Apart from spinning around and looking back up the ship, up to Elizabeth on the helm, as she so often is. And the Barbie, flag not flying. Oh, that side of the main. There's one you haven't seen before, I believe. Yeah, I say the cloth's starting to loosen up a bit, which is nice. And several boats out, quite a few boats out, just sort of ghosting along the side of this lovely little headland, the island of Ærø, which I have to say I think is fantastic. My tip for Denmark sailing, Ærø, beautiful. It's gentle, isn't it? Yeah, heading into our anchorage, 2.5 knots, full sail. Flags are flapping, it's nice. And we're accelerating at the moment, aren't we? And it's, wow, as I keep saying, it's beautiful, and it is. Well, it was lovely to be back out at anchor, you know, able to swim off the boat and that, things you can't do in a marina. And the weather was delightful and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. But of course, back in the marina, we've been getting ready to get off sailing again. I'd filled up the diesel jugs, we'd filled up the water tanks, I'd provisioned. When Elizabeth came, we realised there's 1 or 2 bits we needed still, and she went ashore and ran to the shop and got those, and we were ready to move on. That, however, is all for next week. Join us then when we leave the delightful Danish island of Ærø. We sail back to mainland Europe and continue our sailing adventures. See you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.